Hi, and welcome to the Paper Orchard. I'm Nancy, and today I have my December Stories album in a junk journal style. This is something new for me. This is my first junk journal style album. I made the entire album. I'm in love with these little beads. I'm having a lot of fun with textiles and texture and just like the cozy warmth of this type of project, including dyeing my own. Did I dye this ribbon? No, I actually had this ribbon, but I am learning how to dye ribbon. So hobbies within my hobby, I guess. All right, so let's get started here. I used a lot of Ali Edwards um, December Daily kit to create this. And that's where this cardstock is from, the red paper. So I started here on December 2nd, and I just used a piece of journal paper from an Archer and Olive journal that I have. I have an extra one. And so I used it to do my journaling, and then I just stuck it in my junk journal. It's junk to me, so it made sense. I stamped the red cup with some Paper Person shop stamps that she released this year. They're beautiful. I love this alphabet in this like pale pink color. And this story is about my first red cup or my first Starbucks of the season. And it's really simple. It's just a couple of die cuts and stamping. And then this is from Ali Edwards. And I kind of like that layered look of the color peeking through and then the vellum on the top. I've gone through this album before. I've gone through making the base pages, so I'm not going to go over that again. I will link up that video though. I'm just going to show you what I added since making the base pages. So this one is about puzzles and a new puzzle that I bought and how they sent me two of the same day, so I'm missing a chunk of my puzzle. And that was a little disappointing, but that's what the story is about. Also, this is my morning routine in December. I usually sit in the kitchen, sunlight coming through, the little bit that I can get, Christmas tree on, and I do my puzzle, and it's a really nice way to start the day. So this is more about routine. Um, and puzzles and my kitchen Christmas tree that I love so much. And here's a picture that kind of goes with this story. There wasn't any room here, so I just added it here, and I like the way it pops off of the craft. And then I stamped this documented December days just sort of to create a border. This is truly junk. Oh, maybe I should fold it over. That kind of looks cool. This is a 6x4 journal card, and then I just filled it in. I use clear label paper in order to get that journaling down on there. And then this is what I love about junk journaling, all these little bits and all the little sewing and that very handmade look. This one is super plain, not plain, but it's more scrapbook, I think, than junk journal. I didn't use any junk here. Oh wait, this is the negative of a die cut. And so that's my junk. I guess that counts. But I really love this washi tape from Washi Tape Shop that was Christmas themed. I love how cozy that looks and how it coordinates with the puffy stickers. And this is a good thing to do. These explosion of puffy stickers is really good way to use up all those puffy stickers that you will never use because we get way too many on a sheet. And I just like how they're coming out of the mitten like that. And then tucked into this spot is just a picture of my husband and I. And there is story in here. This does come out. I'm not gonna, should I take it out? Yeah, I guess. And this is the story about my trip to a local farm and their decorations. And it's somewhere that I go every single year. So that was my December story for that year. And it's super cold right now. So that's a really appropriate picture. This next one, oops, actually goes like this. So I guess I had been flipping through this and didn't realize it, but this is a 3x4 journal card. Here's a picture of the Christmas tree in Philadelphia. That was a first time visit for us. In here is a little bit about the story. So if you slide this out, the story of us going to Philadelphia. And then back here, tucked away in the back, are two photos of me in front of the carousel, and then this is, I believe, in front of City Hall or near City Hall in Philadelphia. This was a lot of fun. I'm there with a cone of hot French fries that had just been made with cheese on them. That's like my favorite memory. It's not Christmas related, but it's food related, so it's for me. And that's what's in my little file folder. This one is just pure playing fun with stuff and decor. This one is going to be about a baking day that I had with a good friend of mine. I haven't finished this one yet because I'm waiting for pictures. I'm waiting for some to print some pictures from her. So I guess my project isn't technically done. I do need to finish that up. And here I put what I'm finding joy in right now, which is quiet mornings, sipping coffee by the tree. And then the last one is kind of a throwback picture. That's an older picture of my husband and I in a downtown area near our home. And then I wrote a lot of story of my Christmas spirit this year, what's going on, what I'm loving, what I'm not loving, what's going right, what's not going right, because really holidays equal drama always in some way. This next one I actually can't show. We went to New York City for a few days, but it has a lot of my husband's friends that I know but don't know well enough to show their faces on camera. So I'm going to skip over that one. And then here is a really nice tuck spot. Again, this is the same idea as the Starbucks, where I did all my journaling on this Archer and Olive beautiful paper and just tucked it in. And here is a receipt from one of our favorite restaurants. I'm going to keep more and more receipts because I think receipts are definitely going to be something that disappears in the next probably few years. And I also like to see what the cost is. I wish I had a receipt maybe from 2019 for the same meal for comparison. And there's a little picture of my tree that I tucked in there. There's a little story under this tag, which I can't get up. I'd have to remove this clip. But that's the beauty of junk journaling, is all the little hidden things. This one is one of my reading spot. I love this spot. I love this chair in my living room. It's supposed to be outdoor patio furniture, but it never made it outside because I keep trying to protect it from the horrible winds that we get in the summer. And so it has just stayed in the corner of my living room and I read there. So I want to remember that because eventually this will make it outside. It doesn't really belong there. I need to buy a chair for that spot. And my lantern that I turn on, very into cozy right now. It's translating into my decor. It's translating into my clothing and even into my crafting. This is more of a scrapbook page, but I'm going to incorporate these into my junk journal. I like these and I like making these super layered and textured things. All right, next we have Wicked. Now I debated about putting this one in here because it's not really truly a Christmas story, but we had such a good time. I went with my niece and I love this, and it became part of my Christmas story because now Wicked equals Christmas to me. For some reason, those two things are hand in hand for this season because it was one of my favorite memories. We were just cozy. She had her blanket. Um, we had a great time. This was such an amazing movie. So visually beautiful. If I could redo my life, I would be in visual arts and working on a movie set somewhere for sure. And a movie like that one. So to create this, I used ledger paper and I have lots of story. It goes on for 2 pages there about what I was feeling and what we talked about and what I loved about the movie and the whole thing. Little tiny picture because I want to remember her wrapped in her blanket. And then this is a pocket with envelope in it. I used a film strip and a little picture from the movie. I made this paper clip. I think it came with this pink uh, brad there, and then I just added the wand and the E and the G. And this I actually printed on clear sticker paper. because I wanted to have somewhat of a translucent look. I'm not sure if you can see. Let me see if I bring it up, if you can see the graph paper peeking through the back there. So I printed it out on clear sticker paper, the same paper that I used to do all of my journaling. And then I just stuck it onto a piece of graph paper. You can see like the little numbers peeking through. And I just thought it was, I don't know, it just gave it something, uh, like an artsy look. And since I am doing a journal, I'm going to lean into that. All right, and then the last two pages, this one is lots of layers here. So I have vellum in the back. I have this was left over from a different project. I added some sewing to it. It hides some of my journaling. Not hides it, but it's just another different layer. And this was a party, my aunt's 70th birthday party. I really wanted to include this. Again, it was a beautiful, cozy Christmas restaurant. It was really pretty. And definitely one of the things that I want to remember. And the three kids together again. Nick uh, was or is back home from college for winter break, and more story here. Lots of different layers and lots of textures. So vellum, sewing, this is a punch, and then I had a plastic pocket, tag, and a little vellum tree that I sewed onto that tag. And then this is like, it's masking tape, but I think it's supposed to be like washi. This is really old. And then I think I made a mistake here, and that's why I threw that in the binding there. Maybe I got some ink on there or something. So, and then a collage of photos. And then I made the entire little book just out of a piece of cardstock. Should I try to get it back in here? I can do it. And then this is just a belly band, what they call a belly band in the journaling world, that'll just hold things to my book. And it's been working out pretty well. The last one is just a lot of little memories. So breakfast at Turning Point, listening to Feliz Navidad in my car, Santa came down the street in the fire truck. I love this memory. I've been doing that since Nick was little. Nick didn't come out this year, but I did. And I took a photo. Some books, late night run to Barnes and Noble, the entrance to our house. So lots of little stories told, so many layers, so chunky. And I love this. I love this project. Very different from my Dash Notebook project. I was working in both my Dash Notebook and this at the same time. So when you put them together, that's a lot of Christmas, and I am happy to put the Christmas away. So I'm going to give you a sneak on what I'm working on now. We'll continue with the junk journals. So these are two junk journals that I'm working on. This one is for Junk Journal January by Meg Journals. That's a lot of J's. But it's a month-long project, and I thought it was the perfect way to practice this new style of scrapbooking. It is just scrapbooking, honestly. To me, it is anyway. It's just playing with paper and texture and stories. And mine is definitely going to have some photos. There's a photo hidden in here. So there's a daily prompt. This one was envelopes. I haven't even finished this yet. I still have to put my story in here. I've only done two. So I go from something that's pretty clean and stamped for envelopes. This prompt was tickets. And then this reminds me of my scrapbooking from like 2017. And I love this style. I really do. And I love to use my old things. And then I added a photo. I'll continue to share this with the progress in my junk journal that I'm also working on. So to me, these are two separate projects. This is about practicing the medium and having prompts. And then, yeah, just playing with things, canvas and this caning that I got. I've had this for years, and beads, more beads always. This is one that I made from an old book that was in a salvage bin at my library. So I gutted it and I just started practicing. This one will be very imperfect. I haven't even finished the cover yet, but just to give you a peek as to where I'm going with this. And then this is my first signature, and all I've done is this. This is going to have a bunch of pictures on it. snow pictures, sledding pictures, and pictures from when Nick was little, and recent pictures as well. But I covered this with fabric. It's the same fabric. I made sort of like a little shade up here. And we will see as the month of January progresses where we go with this. So these are my two journaling projects that I have going on right now. And I will come back and share more of those. And then the next video is going to be about Dash. So I will show you the completed Christmas book. I think I made 2 or 3 more pages since my last video. And then next up is going to be travel and vacation. I'm just trying to decide which notebook I'm going to use. I have a trip to Florida that I really want to do. I have a trip to Las Vegas that I want to do. And then I just love this one because I love the words. I'm not sure if I'm going to do lots of short trips in this black one. So I might do Las Vegas, which was 5 or 6 days. And then I also have a Florida trip that I can put in here, but that's what I'm deciding. So these are new and in the shop, but I'll go through these. There are a bunch more different new covers for these, but next week you'll see a video on one of these two where I've started. I'm going to start that project today, and I'm excited about that. All right, so that is my mishmash of projects, my junk journal. This was so much fun. I am in full mode crafting right now because it is ridiculously cold outside and we are not traveling for the month of January. So I should have a lot of making time. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will be back next week.